birthday to me. Happy 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 birthday to me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Joy Reid Show. I had to do the black version too, because it just wouldn't be right if I didn't. Happy birthday to myself. It is my actual factual birthday. If y'all been following me on social media today, I've been doing little nuggets of the things that I've been up to on today. We did some fun stuff. Letting you all know that one of the things that we did on today is I headed over to the Breakfast Club, and that interview is going to run tomorrow morning. So if you're Breakfast Club fans, make sure you tune in, because that show will be occurring on the other big birthday that we're celebrating today. By the way, I neglected to say thank you if you're watching on YouTube, Substack, Spotify. Big up to the chat, all the happy birthday love in the chat. Loving it so much. Appreciate you guys. But tomorrow, when the Breakfast Club interview airs, that will be the birthday of this show. Yes, this show will officially turn 6 months old on December 9. That will be exactly 6 months into this show. Which is really exciting. We started this show on June 9th, and you can see right on your screen that it was an interview with the great and the hilarious and wonderful Amber Ruffin. That was our very first interview. And after that, it was Ras Baraka, mayor of Newark, New Jersey. And then we just kind of went on from there, from interviewing Karine and Kamala and all the mayors, Brandon Johnson, you name it. Mayor of Los Angeles, Mayor of Oakland, Barbara Lee. We've been through so many sort of wonderful, wonderful trials and turns here on this show. And our little team that could, I feel like we've done really great stuff. So I'm very proud. So happy birthday to me, and also happy birthday to the Joy Reid Show. And if you all want to give us a great birthday present, what you could do is, let me move over. Hold on, I'm sitting in the wrong spot. Let me move over. See, this is live TV, so I'm being told move into the center. If you guys want to give us a great birthday present, hit that like and subscribe. We went north of 370,000 subscribers on the channel, and we're trying to keep climbing. We're climbing and climbing. We're a baby still, but we're still climbing every single day. So make sure that you tell a friend, tell a foe, just to piss them off. And make sure that everybody hits like and subscribe and joins our little team. Right. So on this birthday show, we've got a few things that we got to talk about. Later on, I definitely got to talk about this Warner war for Warner Brothers. I think that's like kind of wild and crazy. That's happening. But before that, let me just get to a little bit of the bad news first. We like to go ahead and give the dinner before we get to the dessert. And yes, we're going to talk about Trump's silly medal that he got. We're going to talk about that too. But I want to do some of the bad news first. So AT&T has decided it wants to join the bad guys. And it is committing now to give in to Trump and end DEI. They're going to end their DEI programs. And, I always wonder, when companies make that kind of a decision, what decision do consumers make? We're in this fourth quarter of the year, whereas Latasha Brown explained to us, this is where most companies make their real money. So AT&T is going to be trying to re-sign folks and try to get people to buy new phones, all of that stuff. Do you want to be in business with them if they don't like you, if they don't care about diversity, equity, and inclusion? I know I wouldn't, but this is what they've decided to do. Another piece of not so great news. So the Trump regime, if you go to like America's national parks, there are certain national parks that are actually free to attend on certain holidays. And two of those parks that had that deal were, two of the holidays when you can get into national parks for free used to be Juneteenth. That was the newest one that was added, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day. They've gotten rid of that. They said no more No more getting into the national parks free on the Black holidays. Only the white holidays. So they're just being very blatant. I kind of appreciate the clarity. They're not ambiguous with what they're doing. They're very clear. So given the fact that the regime has decided that, like AT&T, they're not interested in us, I think that we have not only the opportunity, but even the obligation to mock them joyfully. It's the season of joy. It's Sag season, by the way. I've been told that we are the Sagittarists. So let me do some Sagittarius behavior. I have to show you guys this piece of video. I find it to be some of the funniest video that I've seen in quite a long time. This is Donald Trump receiving, finally, at long last, his long-awaited Peace Prize.
Your Peace Prize, there is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
So, so you see Donald Trump is trying to make it look so grave and important. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for this long-awaited Peace Prize. But that is not the Nobel Peace Prize. No. That was Gianni Infantino handing Donald Trump the prize. Jason, can you show a close-up of the prize? I think they're on the next. Oh, there it is. It's hideous. It looks like grasping hands, like clutching at the earth, which is dripping with gold. The earth has been like dipped in gold, and these little grasping hands are coming out of hell to try to clutch the gold and drag the earth back down into the abyss. So Trump got a Peace Prize from FIFA. And Gianni Infantino is the head of FIFA, which is the organization that runs football, international football, soccer. And so, of course, the World Cup is coming to the Americas. The games are going to be split between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And Donald Trump had been threatening mayhem during FIFA because, of course, if you just look at the population of people who play international football, soccer, what we call soccer, only in the US we call it soccer, a lot of them are brown. Like, I would say most of them are brown. Even on like the European teams, and I think Jason can confirm this for me, even on the European teams, the hot players are like African. So the African players, even on like the French team, they're the star players, or they're brown, because football, international football, is hugely popular in Latin America. It's much more popular in Latin America than, let's say, American football or basketball. It's the most popular sport on earth, and it's insanely popular on the African continent, in Central America, and in South America, more than anywhere else. Very popular in Europe, obviously, too. And so when those players come here for the World Cup, which is, it's like their Super Bowl, it's the biggest thing in soccer, in football, there are going to be a lot of brown and black people with accents. And ICE, as the Trump regime has said, was going to be out in these streets, in these cities where FIFA was supposed to be playing. And so FIFA, the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, decided, how can we get Donald Trump to have his regime back off during the World Cup so that it's not ruined when the American cities are getting the games? So they're like, we'll just bribe him with gold because he's so needy. He's so pathetic. He's so grasping, like the little hands grasping on the golden globe. He's so desperate to have a Nobel Peace Prize, which he'll never get, which is why he's constantly lying and saying, I've solved 8, 10, 12 wars, which he hasn't solved any. But he's convinced himself in his dementia-ridden brain that he solved all these wars and he deserves a peace prize. And so the FIFA leadership, by the way, whose corruption is legion, what they share with Trump, as some of y'all have said in the chat, is a deep and abiding and decades-long corruption. There have been bribery scandals. There have been scandals. One of the former heads of FIFA said the way to get women's football to have more viewers is the women should wear shorter skirts. There have been financial scandals. There was a doping scandal, decades and decades of deep corruption. And so this is a corrupt entity, FIFA. They are known for corruption. And so they understand Trump. Corruption understands corruption. Like matches with like. And so they said, we know how to get him. We'll just go and fashion a fake award that never existed. This award, the FIFA Peace Prize, isn't real. It's not real. They made it up specifically to give it to the only person up for the award. There was no board that vetted a bunch of different nominees. This is not like the Oscars where there were multiple nominees. There was only one nominee, and there's only ever been one winner. And it's Trump. And they made it in order to appeal to his vanity, his neediness, his pathetic, desperate, like need to be like Obama. He's so jealous that Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize. It's killing him. Well, I mean, that and the cankles and whatever the brown thing on his hand and the dementia. They're also. But he is so pathetic that he needs to get an award that to him looks similar to a Nobel Peace Prize and that sounds like a Nobel Peace Prize. So this should have been my moment of joy. I'm sorry. It's so funny to me. The corrupt FIFA gang gives Trump a made-up fake award. If you guys have missed the Fox, the five staff team like bickering over this, because the right are so sensitive about it. They're so sensitive because they know it's stupid. They know it's not real. They know it's not a real award. This is like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this when like an organization wants you to come and speak and like give a speech, but you generally don't have, you can't make it. They'll be like, but we're going to give you an award then. Just make up an award. And there's never been such an award. They did. They decided to invent a peace prize just for him. We know Obama lives in his head rent-free, says Deborah Oliver. Exactly. He is obsessed with Obama. He's negatively obsessed. He put that, Karen Dukes said it, or Karen Stukes said it in the chat. He threw that award around his neck so fast, baby, you would have thought that thing was going to save him from dementia. You would have thought that was a dementia cure. And the guy, right? Even the guy, Infantino, is handing it to him. And he's even laughing like, put it on now, Trump. Go ahead and put it on now. The right says they don't like participation trophies. But this is the ultimate participation trophy. This is everyone gets a ribbon. And they claim they're against that, right? They claim that DEI, which is how it ties to the First Store Act, they claim that they must stop DEI because DEI programs are awarding Black and brown and women and gay people and trans people and diverse people of all kinds, but especially Black people, unearned benefits that they're getting into schools simply because of their color, not their merit. They think everything has got to be merit, except when Trump wants a peace prize. You don't need merit. Just give it to him. He needs it. He wants it. He's so needy. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And the fact that Donald Trump, he has proved his DEI bullshit to be bullshit. by accepting that award. Because if he really believed in merit, then the regime would have said, who else was up for this prize? What were the criteria? And did he win it on merit? He didn't. He received it simply because of who he is, of his identity. It was identity politics. Just like his entire cabinet are not there because of their quality. They're not there because they've earned their positions. They're there because of their identities. We're going to talk a lot about these cabinet members tonight because these nincompoops, it's the only way I can describe it. They're all proving that the right's entire argument about DEI is bullshit because they don't believe in merit. Fox, please clip this. I know you like to clip the things I say. Feel free to clip this. The right does not believe in merit. They believe in people who look like them and who profess to be Christians like them, but only their kind of Christian, not the Jesus kind that likes immigrants and poor people. No, the kind that hates poor people and hates immigrants. They're weird sort of, bizarro Jesus, that kind of Christian. They believe in those people receiving unearned benefits, not because of the content of their character, but because of the color of their skin, their gender, and their political views. Show me any evidence in the Trump administration itself that proves that anyone on the right believes in merit. Show me one meritorious hire in that administration. I dare you. You can't do it because there's no one in the administration that you could objectively say deserves the positions they're in and got them because they're the best. Just as Trump can't get the real Peace Prize because he hasn't done anything to promote peace. In fact, we're going to talk about it later in the show. He's spoiling for war with Venezuela and committing war crimes on the high seas. And his non-meritorious Secretary of Defense, who pretends to be the Secretary of War. They say trans people are faking their identities. But the Defense Secretary is cosplaying as the Secretary of War. Congress has not changed the name of that agency. They cosplay the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America because they don't know how to get the name changed. They have no idea. So they just pretend, and we're supposed to go along with it. They claim that that's what trans people are doing, but that's what they're doing. They just expect us to go along with their delusions. The idea that we're even at war with boats that we can now bomb with Hellfire missiles, that's a delusion that even some in the media are going along with. And I don't appreciate that. They shouldn't do that because we are now feeding the delusion of Donald Trump. Someone said to me, and I thought it was hilarious, and I'm sorry if I'm stealing this from whoever created it. The world is treating Trump like a Make-A-Wish kid. They're treating him, the Make-A-Wish kids are actually, it's a sweet, wonderful program, but they're treating him like he's a Make-A-Wish boy. And it's like, what is it that you want to do, Donald? What do you want to do? I want to be a billionaire. Here's some crypto, Donald. What else have you always wanted to do that you weren't able to do through your own merit? We know you're like supposed to be a real estate expert, but you couldn't become a billionaire in real estate. You had to have the apprentice fake you as a great businessman when you really sucked at business. You bankrupted casinos like in Atlantic City. But what do you want to be, Donald? I want to be a billionaire. Okay, here's some crypto. What else do you want to be, Donald? I want a Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, I don't know if we can get you that. Who out there can get a Peace Prize? Infantino. Can you make a Peace Prize for Donald? He really wants it. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go to the hardware store and get a big ball. Can it be styrofoam? Mm-hmm. You gonna dip it in gold? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna dip it in gold. Can we make it look like prestigious? What if hands are holding up the globe? You know what? Okay, we'll make some styrofoam hands too. We'll put it on. Can he get a medal too? I think that would make him feel really good. Okay. Here's the Peace Prize, Donna. What else do you need? Because as long as he's happy and not like spazzing out, then the people who are really running the country can steal at will. No one's going to stop them from slashing the billionaires' taxes to zero, from stealing our natural resources so that the oil companies can drill it and drill the earth to death. No one is going to stop the people who are paying for pardons so that scammers can get out of prison. They just put in front of him, he signs it. Maybe he's using a RoboPen. And so the reality is they're literally, the people around Donald Trump are simply allowing him to fulfill his life's fantasies so that they can continue doing whatever it is they want. Let's do a little sponsor stuff here, because you know what? It's really important to have gotten to this 6-month birthday. It really takes the care and support of our sponsors. And one of our sponsors that I absolutely am proud and love being associated with is MSI US. So let me read you something. So MSI Reproductive Choices is an organization that is doing the God-sent work of helping young women in countries where they cannot get access to reproductive care. And we know that in many countries, particularly on the African continent, if a young girl gets pregnant, if a young woman gets pregnant, that's the end of her schooling. Girls drop out of school because they got pregnant. And in too many cases, the fear of not being able to get their education causes some young girls to choose to try to end their lives. And in too many cases, they're successful. So MSI Reproductive Choices is stepping into that gap, providing important services in reproductive care so that these young girls and young women can finish their educations. It's an amazing organization. It's been praised all over the world for the care with which it treats these young girls. And the way that they continue operating is through support from people like you. People who believe that women deserve choices, that they deserve to have choices over their own bodies, but also futures in countries where literally pregnancy can be the end of opportunity. So let me let you guys know how you can support them. All you have to do, if you want to support MSI Reproductive Choices, is text my name, Reid, the surname Reid, to 511-511. Or you can go to MSI United States.org. MSIUnitedStates.org. So text REID to 511-511 or go to MSIUnitedStates.org. Throw a little donation in. I'm going to give you guys an example. For $65, that would provide contraception for 10 women for a full year. So please support them. Text REID to 511-511 and text fees may apply. Thank you all for listening. So let's go continue with the show. I'm sorry to keep laughing at Trump. And thank you for all the happy birthday. We appreciate that. Make sure that you hit like and subscribe. That would have been incredible. So Jason, where are we going next? Because oh, wait a minute. Oh,
Hello. Hello. Who is this?
Don.
Hi, gorgeous lady.
Hey, friend.
Happy birthday.
You popped up on me.
Oh, I know, but let me show you a little secret. I'm on the road, but when they tell me it's Joy Reid's birthday, then I am definitely. So look, you know how you are a special guest at City Winery in New York?
Yeah.
I want you to check this out. Look at this out here. Look out. Can you see that?
Oh my goodness. You're at City Winery. Don.
That is we're at City Winery in Philadelphia.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Who are you? Can you tell me who your special guest?
Joy.
Can you just tell our TJRS family who your special guests are tonight?
So
This is-
my special guest tonight was the mayor of Philadelphia, but she has an emergency. We're not sure if she's going to make it. And then I have,
Okay.
do you know Patty Jackson, the radio host?
Yes.
Miss Patty. Miss Patty's going to come.
Miss Patty.
She's a Philadelphia institution. And then we have this gentleman right here. Can you say hi to Joy Reid?
We're getting live breaking news with Don Lemon here. What? What's up, DL? What's up,
And
Brad?
congratulations on your award, sweetheart.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Look, and I love the fact that they didn't invent it just for me, like they did, like FIFA did for Trump.
Hey,
Other
hey, listen,
people
I
have
take
won
one.
it.
I take one. I hope somebody make me a. I want In and Out to make me a award. I don't give a damn who it is.
Happy birthday.
Perfect.
Say happy birthday.
I did.
So you said. All
You
right.
did. I got two friends wishing me happy birthday. Thank you, DL. Thank you, Don.
DL and DL. And then I have my
DL.
I got my baby boys here with me. Check them out. You ready?
Oh, wait. We gotta see. Oh, the babies. The babies. Look at them. They just tail wagging. I love it. Oh, I think we're losing Don.
Yeah, I'm back in the caverns of the city winery here, so the service isn't good.
I love it.
Love
Well,
you.
Don, I love and
Happy
appreciate
birthday.
you, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right. What are you
so
going to
kind.
celebrate?
So last night we did karaoke now. So look, we sang out. I'm going to figure out what to release from that. But tonight we're going to go to dinner with the family. So we're just, it's sad season, Don. It's a season.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's season. It's a season. I got to celebrate every day.
Who you telling? You got to celebrate. You got to celebrate every moment that you can get because this world is crazy, and especially with this crazy effing president. Can I say the F word on your show?
You absolutely can. We are not
crazy
okay.
motherfucker.
He make you cuss. He make you
All right.
cuss. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Love you. Bye, baby. Happy birthday.
Bye. Thank you. I love it. Okay, he's surprised that a little drive-by from Don Lemon. I love DL and DL. That was a lovely, lovely surprise. Look, I love a birthday. That's fun. And look, DL said he'll take an award. So FIFA, if you'd like to make another, or go for it. Make him a peace prize. He brings more peace than Trump. DL and DL. So if you're in Philly, holler if you guys are heading over to City Winery in Philly to watch their show. Their tour is a lot of fun. The first one that they did, I think it was the first one that they did at City Winery in New York. I actually just went to sit in the audience. Like I was just going to watch. And I wound up getting pulled on stage and we had the best time and we just kikied with cocktails. Kikiing with cocktails with DL and DL. So much fun. So I love it. Somebody says we should do a karaoke show. It's at Angela James, so we should do a karaoke show. So now the challenge with a karaoke show on YouTube is you can't use music. So any kind of music would get your channel demonetized. So you can't use any. That's why when we pick Moments of Joy, we have to be careful not to use music because they are very strict about it. So we would have to figure out like the licensing and how to do it. But maybe we'll do something live. Y'all let me know in the comments if you want us to do something live, what DL and DL are doing. Thank you very much for Mock My Words. $5 in the till. And this is security. That is what I was drinking yesterday, by the way. If you guys don't know about security, you got to put your finger up when you order it. There are about 4 or 5 restaurants in New York City that know how to make it and they know what it is because I have explained it to them and it's an excellent drink, y'all. Just in case you didn't know and you hadn't heard it, it is champagne is the base because you got to start with champagne, y'all. Come on, baby. You got to live high. Live high. Get you some good champagne. And then you want to put in some cognac. Now get the good cognac. Don't get the bag. Don't get cheap cognac because it's just going to hurt your stomach. So you want to do like a shot and a half of cognac. Then you want to add some Saint Germain. So like a half a dram of Saint Germain. Okay. Then you want to add a little grenadine and a maraschino cherry. But get the good cherries. Don't get the cheap ones. Don't get the cheap ones that are on like a fruit cake. You want the good ones. You want to live high. Okay, we want to live our best lives. Splurge a little on yourself. like Trump is with his crypto. Living his best life. When I tell y'all, Donald Trump is achieving things he never was able to achieve through his supposed talents at real estate. It's insane the stuff he's doing. Let's talk about some of the other stuff that's happening. Today is not just my birthday and the eve of the birthday of the Joy Reid show. It's also the filing deadline in the state of Texas for those who might want to run for the United States Senate. So John Cornyn, he's actually been, I'm looking at my notes here, he's been in the Senate since 2002. He's running for a 5th Senate term. His most recent election was in 2020 when he won 53% of the vote. There are 2 other people in the Republican primary. Wesley Hunt, who is a Black congressman from Texas, he is running as well. Attorney General Ken Paxton, the sort of crimey AG of Texas, who's the one who joined the lawsuit to try to overturn the 2020 election, and who's got all sorts of other scandals, scandals with his wife, just you name it, lots and lots of scandals. He was almost impeached by his own party, but he is running for Senate. He thinks he can get an upgrade. But if I know some of these states that are Republican run, they don't care about criminess. I mean, Rick Scott's company committed epic, legendary record Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE fraud. And TRICARE being the military, healthcare. They committed just epic fraud. He was CEO. He claimed he knew nothing about the fraud, even though he was CEO. The company paid $1.7 billion, I believe, in settlements, and when he claimed no responsibility. And then Florida made him governor twice and then senator. So I don't know that Ken Paxton can't win. But on the Democratic side, Colin Allred, who's a congressman, was running up until today. And today, we'll put up that tweet if we could, Jason, he dropped out. And he said that instead, he's going to run for Congress again in his old district. And that means he has to run against Julie Johnson, who is the congresswoman who followed him, who replaced him. So now they're going to have to fight it out. And this is going to be in the redistricted 33rd district, which, as Jolanda Jones has explained to us over and over, is not the same district. And the Supreme Court, Sam Alito, he was the one who did the ruling overturning the federal court that said that those districts were illegal racial gerrymandering. And he said, it's too close to the election. And he also said, I don't see any racial gerrymandering, because of course, why would it? So they're now going to have to fight it out for that seat. He's going to run for Congress. And behind the scenes, the scuttlebutt has been that Colin Allred, who's run for United States Senate before and narrowly lost, that he got out because he realized that he couldn't beat this lady in a primary. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm waiting for you to play it. B2. Set it up. I said it so dramatically.
Of his change of direction when it comes to wanting to release the Epstein files.
Oh, I don't think that there's a change of direction. I mean, I think that they finally came up with whatever their scheme is going to be to make sure that he is quote unquote protected from, all of his dirtiest secrets being revealed. But the reality is that we know that he's a nasty individual. We know that he's a creep. I mean, we knew this. They knew this when they voted for him the very first time and the second time, and for those that voted for him the third time, because we had the tape, the Hollywood Access tape, where he was talking about grabbing women by the pee. We had the lawsuits that have been filed against him, where he and Jeffrey Epstein were named together as being rapists. So, this is a matter of people just not wanting to see what's in front of them. It's amazing how people can come up with, all kinds of stories on people they don't like and then ignore the truth about people that they do like. And I don't understand why they like him so much, because he clearly don't like them. Because when 42 million people, and I know some of them had to be MAGA, when they needed to line up to get their EBT, and it wasn't nothing there, he didn't care. So, you know, I think that people need to get back to prioritizing themselves and their families and their future instead of being dragged to hell by this dude who obviously has them in a cult.
And there you have it, Jasmine Crockett. And again, today's the filing deadline. Jasmine Crockett, it looks like she's running. And that would place her in a collision course with one other Democrat in the Texas primary, and that would be James Tallarico. And if you're not familiar with him, he's a pastor, and he kind of made a name for himself. He's a state representative, I believe. And he kind of made a name for himself going on Joe Rogan, and he'll go on Fox and like argue with, you know, Christian nationalists and stuff. And he's like, makes a really good case for sort of a more kind and Jesus facing Christianity. But here's the challenge. He's largely unknown outside of people who are very, very political outside of Texas. He doesn't have huge name ID, whereas Jasmine Crockett is Jasmine Crockett. And so this is going to be an interesting primary, because in the end, what you need to do in order to win in Texas, I want to show you guys a couple of things here. Oh, is there a guest? Oh, wait a minute. What's happening? Oh,
Happy birthday.
I'm like chatting and yapping.
Listen, I know we're talking about Jasmine, and I know we're all up in the news and stuff, but girl, we've just got to take a moment here and celebrate you and the day you were born and the day this show was born. How are you, my darling? Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Okay, can I just tell y'all that my team did not tell me they were bringing Rolanda Watts. They did not tell me they were bringing Don Lemon. None of this was known to me. They're sneaking folk up on me. I love Rolanda. I am wonderful, and it's so good to see you. Look at you looking all fly.
And listen, it's so good to see you too. And you know, I'm just laughing because the last time I saw you, where you were just departing from MSNBC, and I said, girlfriend, you are so brilliant, and God has given you so many gifts. What you're going to do probably hadn't even been invented yet. And look at you today. We are so proud of you, Joy, and you bring such joy and education and leadership. And you give us permission to be activists. And I just think you're taking all of those gifts that the good God gave you, and you're using them so well, honey. We're so proud of you. Your team called. I said, I would not miss this moment for the world to be able to celebrate the day that you were born. You're bringing so much to the table, honey. Your divine leadership is extraordinary. You have a focus and a fearlessness that we can only emulate and grow from. So thank you. Thank you for saying the things sometimes that I really want to say. Thank you so much for snatching words right out of my head. But you are really tapping into us. And thank you, honey. I'm not going to take up all your time. But
Rolanda, I love you so much.
You're a hashtag badass.
Yes. Oh, sister, I love it. A legend. You are a true legend. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. And I love just being able to become friends with you. And I have to give Jackie Reid, Reid this, Reid that. She brought us together, and I'm not letting go. And then our friend Adria, we have like so many mutual friends. Yes. And I just love and adore you because, you know, you're one of the people who I learned from to do what I do. You know, you are one of those incredible people who taught those of us who came right behind you how to be on air and do it with confidence and clarity and grace. And you taught us, so many of us, that.
Thank you. The grace that you've shown in very dire times is so admirable. And as somebody in the business 40 years, baby, we know what was going on behind the scenes. And for you to survive that with a smile on your face. And my favorite quote of yours, my dear, here's your birthday. They say your friends are the ones who hear your songs and sing them back to you when you forget them. And here's a quote I'm going to give to you as your birthday gift. It comes from a good friend of mine named Joy Reid. It was, rather than rest, let me keep moving. Ooh. And I think that that's something that we can learn from you as well, my dear. When we pass that banner on and we say, keep running, go girl, go. you're doing just what we did the blood, sweat, and tears for you to do now. So go on. Here it is. Here's the baton. Run, girl, run.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. You know, I'm a third leg, so I'm ready to go. I love you.
Oh,
Thank
so
you
proud
so
of you, my
much.
dear.
Oh my God.
You're welcome. And listen, save a cheers for me sometime soon in person.
1,000%. We're doing that. That's gonna happen. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed.
Thank you. Thank
Indeed.
you. Thank you. And the
Thank
chat
you.
is loving you. Oh my God. The chat is on fire. They're like, oh. The chat is on fire. Yo, can y'all believe that? I literally was looking at my notes and I said, oh my goodness, speaking of Jackie Reid. Speaking of me today.
Speaking of rest, did she say something about not resting?
It's
What?
like the rest genie, the sleep genie. Take your makeup off, stop sleeping in your makeup, and go to sleep, genie. Hi, my friend.
Listen, happy birthday, sister, cousin, soror friend, Joy Reid, girl. You know I love you so much. When they asked me to do this, I was like, I cannot miss this, and I've been trying not to say anything as I've spoken to you.
I literally spoke with you like 5 hours ago, and you didn't say anything.
No, I knew I would see you later. I just hate that I couldn't be there in person for the festivities, because when this girl celebrates a birthday, let me tell you something. It is a big deal. She has been celebrating 4 days. If you guys knew what this day, the day before that consisted of, and what the day after will be, I can't even imagine. But I know there are a lot of people coming to tell you happy birthday as part of your show. And then I don't know if you're going to even have time to get back to the news this way the show started. But happy anniversary, happy 6-month anniversary for the Joy Reid Show. Girl, you are doing the damn thing. I mean, you have stepped out here and done what so many folks, because of what this industry has become, want to do, but are afraid to do. And you are leading the way, you know what I mean, and showing how to get it done. So congratulations on the 6-month anniversary. But most importantly, the world would not be the same without you. I'm always telling you, it's not just because I'm your friend and I love you, but you are so unique in what you bring to the world. There is no one like you. Compare yourself to no one. There is no one doing exactly what you can do. You are running a one-woman race. There's no comparison. So keep doing what you're doing. I love you so much. I wish I could be there. I wish I had the words to make you cry, because I would love for you to get started on washing off the makeup now. but I'm not going to do it.
I'm gonna wash it off.
Whatever. But listen, I'm so glad to have you as a partner in crime with Reid This, Reid That. It is. I keep trying not to use the word joy, but it just is. It's a joy to know you and have you in my life. I'm so blessed for it. You know, I can't remember when we first met. I don't know if it was in the bathroom at 30 Rock or somewhere, you know, in that building.
I was probably on the low ceiling 4th floor where they stashed the griot. Remember the griot.com? We had the low ceilings, no light, no windows. They just threw us in the back with NBC Latino and we called ourselves the Black Tino Revolution. They were like, well, I guess we back here, the brown and black folk all alone. Wait a minute. Is it Carrie Champion?
Busy with your cute little hat on.
With the little hat.
How are you?
Hey, girl. So
hi, Jackie.
We just had the craziest thing happen, Carrie. I feel like Starlink came for us, or maybe Palantir, because we were literally live.
I was watching.
It went away,
and it just grew. So well, let me finish my story so
Please.
I can step aside and let the great Carrie Champion continue with her cute ass hat. She's so cute.
Yes.
Every time that girl, she just wakes up like,
yes.
I receive
She doesn't have to wash her makeup off.
I have none on, but I receive it.
She's like, so cute. But what I was saying, because I really want to get this out, when we started talking about doing Reid This, Reid That years ago, Joyanne, you were like, no, let's do a TV show. And I was like, no, girl, we need to do a podcast. And this is before podcasts were really, really popping. And then I finally convinced you to do the podcast. And now independently, right? Not to connect with the
Yeah.
network. Let's do our own thing. And now look at all that has happened in the world. And here you are leading the pack when it comes to independent journalism, like doing your thing when it comes to that. You know what? It's just stepping out on faith. And now
Yeah.
6 months in,
Yes.
look at the numbers, look at the reception that you have. Your star just continues to rise. So happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you, my
I could not
friend.
love you more.
I love you, source sister, cousin, friend. Thank you. And by the way, y'all make sure that you also like and subscribe to Reid This, Reid That, because we cut up. Jackie and I, we cut up every Thursday, y'all. You want to be there for the Kiki.
It is a Kiki indeed. But I know a lot of people are in line, child, to say happy birthday. So I'm going to take off. Carrie, this is the
the nightmare continues. The nightmare. It's a joke. Listen, I don't even want to go into it. It's these people who post these videos where it's like an AI of their loved one flying off to heaven, and it's terrifying.
And not only is it terrifying, AI is terrifying, but also great at the same time. You know what? I was watching, it was great. I love Jackie. I just want to say this. Like, I know that she might, whether she's listening or not, always been such a huge fan. I tell her that every time I get the opportunity to see her. I love you two together. I love what you all represent. But friend, like, let's talk about your birthday party. For folks don't know, last night we went karaoke. Have you discussed this?
Yes. And people were like, oh, we should do a karaoke on here. And I said, you can't do it on YouTube because the music, you can't play music.
Exactly. I want to point out that, one, if y'all didn't know, Joy can sing. And I'm not like, she can sing. You literally did so many songs, but my last and my favorite was when you said, y'all want to shoot with me. And that waiting to exhale, I felt it all throughout my spirit. I was exhaling with you, friend. We had a blast.
We had
Your
a blast.
son, Miles, is a singer.
Singer.
It was beautiful. And I love that when he put everything together, and Jason was there saying the sweetest of things. Except when I heard him backstage just cuss everybody out briefly. We'll forget about that. It's fine. I cuss a little, but I love the Lord.
I love the Lord. I love the Lord.
Let me explain to you last night. Well, and y'all all know this. Joy as a Sagittarius calls herself a Sagittarius. I guess her daughter says that.
The daughter said that.
The daughter said that. But every Sagittarius in my life, every Sag in my life, you, Jamel, I go down and list my friend Tommy, all great, sweet, amazing people. But when you say what you say, you mean it, and that's it. So you don't want to be on the bad side. That's what I want to tell everybody. You don't want to be on her bad side. You want to be on her good side. And when we celebrated you last night, the room was just so full of love, and you knew what everybody felt about you. And I couldn't say that any more than what I am saying right now. Abby!
Oh my gosh, Abby!
Wait, can I say something? First of all, Abby's all cute. She's muted. Abby, I want to say
I was summoned. You were talking about Sagittariuses, so I wanted to.
You said Sag. You want to hear something funny? I'm taping a show at Abby's show tomorrow, and I'm literally doing some homework for the show right now. And you pop up, and I'm all like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Not the homework. You know what, Carrie? Before I wish my sister happy birthday, I'm gonna just say I hate you because you just popped some lip gloss on and showed up on this thing.
When I tell you, she put a hat. Her makeup is a hat. That's it.
It was a hat. Well, first of all, you ladies are so beautiful. Y'all stay beautiful holding it down. I am so happy that this is a generation of women that can sit with each other and still be in the same world and same space and love and celebrate each other.
Yes.
Abby, we celebrate you.
Agree.
Joy, I celebrate you. You really, truly are a disruptor, and you are a protector. Thank you for doing that for me and for people who can't do that for themselves. You are the definition of giving a voice to those who cannot find their own or wish they had yours. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate you. I love you, friend. Abby,
I love you back.
Keep killing it, beautiful lady. I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have fun. Happy birthday.
God, thank you, gorgeous. Oh my God. And by the way, Carrie cut up. She was so fun on the bike. She got up there and she was
I'm so sad I missed it.
We'll do another one.
I was in toddler pre-K.
I know that's right.
Purgatory, child. Joy, my sister, happy, happy, happy birthday. Okay. Happy birthday.
And
I'm
my
just gonna
line
put
sister, by the way, we are
yes,
line
my
sisters in
line
Delta
sister.
Sigma Theta
You
sorority.
know, I literally you were being invoked because I was on what day is it? Monday. Sunday, yesterday, I was at Abyssinian Baptist Church in
Mhm.
Harlem, and your name was on everybody's lips. Can't tell you why. They were just talking about how great you were. And I was like, yes, she is. And her birthday is tomorrow. But that is how you roll. You know, everywhere I go, you go. And I love that because I think you walk before me in so many ways. It is so meaningful to me. And as Carrie was saying, the number of times that you and I have been on the phone about some crazy thing or another, and you just lay out all the things I need to know because you've done it, you've been there, you've been in the rooms, you've seen it all. It means so much to me. And I know that you don't just do that for me, you do that for everybody too. So the amount of effort that you put into your friends and the people that you love is enormous. And I'm a lucky recipient of that.
Thank
So
you.
my Sagittarius sister,
Yes.
Carrie's right. We are sweet, but don't cross us because
Listen, we don't play.
we don't play.
We
We
don't
don't. We will
play.
tell you exactly what is on our minds.
This is correct.
So, karaoke. What else was on the birthday agenda, my friend?
So we did karaoke, and then we of course went to an after party because it wasn't enough to do the karaoke, and it was live band karaoke. So it's a guy named John who plays the piano and does your
Ooh.
backup singing. He's like sings backup. So if you miss some lyrics,
Oh,
he
he got
chimes
you.
in. And look,
Yes.
when I tell you we are doing this, listen, I think we need to get our little sorority line that we need to all that could be our little celebration when we hit
Yes.
our 5th year. I think it
Now,
needs to be
I can't
karaoke.
hang like you, apparently.
I know you got the baby.
It's a school night. I was
It's
like,
cool.
"Oh, y'all are out in the streets on a Sunday night?" Oh, that's some real deal stuff, but I will be there next time, I promise,
Yes.
because I do love me some karaoke, and
I'm
I
sure you're
know
good at it.
I know I've never heard you sing, but I knew in my soul that you could sing well because I just know
Listen,
it. I just know
you
it.
just felt it. You
So,
felt it.
I
You
just
felt
felt
it.
it.
I
I
felt it.
just felt it.
Well,
It
listen, Abby, I'm so proud of you. You know, I love you so much. And we get to see each other. And it's funny because we worked at different, rival networks.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we've
so
never worked at the same place
we've
before.
never worked together.
So,
And so one of the joys of independence is being able to actually be on TV with you, being able to like come together. We don't have that barrier of CNN versus Ms. Now. But it's like, and getting to know you over the past, it's really been 4 years, sis,
yeah,
has
yeah.
been such a joy.
Absolutely. And the people in the chat, please tell Joy to come back on my show because we need you. It was so much fun to have you on, honestly. And I've told you this before, but the reception that your appearance got was, it said so much because I think people just loved seeing you kind of do your thing in that setting, and it's different, and it's so good and it's fresh. Anyway, this is the hard sell. I'm
Abby booking.
hard ass.
Abby's a worker. She said,
It's
"I'm
a
booking
hard
right
ass.
now." I love it. I
We
love
loved
it.
having you on.
I will
Come
come
back
back.
soon because
Absolutely. I will like
we
because
and
of
I love
you.
doing your show too. I mean, the
Absolutely. Come
conversation
back
that you and
again.
I had about the book and about journalism, about all of that was fantastic. And I love doing it. So I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
so much because you've always been there. You've been a supporter and a cheerleader from the other side of the cable universe
Always.
world, and it
Amen.
matters because there are not that many of us there,
No,
and it's hard out there,
we are
as
few
you
and
know
far
well.
between and getting fewer and far betweener.
Yeah, but what you are doing right now is great, and as Jackie was saying, it shows, people are responding to the uniqueness of this platform that you have, your ability to make it exactly what you want it to be. And that's the future. And you're lucky enough to be in the future in the present moment. And I love to see what you're doing there, and you and all of our other friends who have gone out into into the
Oh my God.
future. Oh,
Wait, now
look
I feel
who
like
it
I
is.
am doing your show because oh my God.
Happy
Hello.
birthday. Hey,
Thank
Abby.
you,
How is
friend.
it?
Oh
Good.
my
Happy
gosh.
birthday.
We're at the table, but it's only the fun people.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Recently profiled in the New York Times, I should
Yes,
add.
ma'am.
Can you believe
Indeed.
that? You guys, that
Of
was so
course we can believe
surreal.
it.
It was
You
very
deserve it.
surreal. Thank you.
You
Thank
deserve it.
you.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Oh my God. This
Oh,
is
should I
incredible.
fly off like Jackie? I should get some paper and just fly.
I will explain it to you later. I'm going to text you, Jennifer. It is a meme that is terrifying. It is people with AI and they pass,
Oh,
and it's like
no.
an AI thing where they fly off into heaven, and it's scary. You don't want a piece of it. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate, love you.
Y'all
Thank
have
you
a
so
fun
much.
time. Happy birthday.
Thank
Love you
you.
Hi,
dearly.
Love
Abby.
you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Ms. Welch,
Girl,
listen.
happy
Girl.
birthday.
Thank you.
I
Oh
have
my
to
God.
tell you, after your episode on I've Had It aired, and if anybody hasn't seen it yet, the rave reviews, everybody said it was our best I've Had It episode ever. And you being untethered to corporate structure and able to very intellectually explain things in a very digestible way about race and about the system set up around it. And then we can just dive into Bubba and just cackle and laugh. It was so fun. And it's just so fun to see people like you and Don Lemon just out here, and everybody gets to know all of the different angles and all of the facets and the sass and the personality. And I hope you're having the best birthday ever.
The best birthday ever. This has been so amazing because like the surprises are just keep coming and coming and coming. And you know, I'm obsessed with you, my friend. And one of these days, I would love for you and I to do, because you know, I actually am also obsessed with interior design, and you're
Oh,
such
yes.
an incredible designer. We need to do something fun like that. Forget the politics
Yes.
and do something design, right?
How fun would that be? I'll tell you what, this is my first time to announce this. This is breaking news.
Breaking news.
I'm signing a lease on a studio in New
Okay.
York City so that the next
Okay.
time you're up, we can
Okay.
sit in our own studio and we won't have to rent one. And I'm going to get it all zhuzhed up. And so maybe as I'm
Yes.
doing that install, you can come be my assistant interior designer and we'll just get the whole thing all
Done.
zhuzhed up, and it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be a mint, baby.
I'll bring the champagne, honey. I will have all. Well, look, we're gonna be licking up and designing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I love you so much. And what I love about you, so much about you, is that you are so straight, no chaser with explaining what's happening in this world. And I feel like that's what's missing from mainstream media. Even when you're on Abby's show, I know I'm gonna get the straight truth without filter. And we have to unfilter ourselves in this moment. It's the only way we're going to survive as a culture.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. Right now, people are getting abused. What is
Yes.
happening with the government is abuse. And so to not tell them what they're feeling, what they're seeing, what they're hearing is gaslighting, and it is
Yes.
exacerbating the abuse. The most therapeutic thing we can do, even though it's painful to hear, is to tell them the truth. This man is dismantling the federal government. He
Yep.
is corrupt as all get out. The Republicans are not saving us. The Supreme Court is as corrupt as all get out. And all we have left are the people, and we have to form
Mhm.
communities, and we have to shoot straight, and we have to give it everything we can to try to make it to the midterms or whatever else.
Yeah. I have to ask you, since I have you here, what do you make of Jasmine Crockett for Senate?
You know, I'm a big fan of Jasmine. I think she's a good fighter. Is this, because I just kind of am getting into all this. Is she running against Tallarico?
So it's going to be Jasmine and Tallarico in that primary. It's literally star versus star in the primary.
You know, I think it's these primaries that we're about to go through are going to be the most important the Democratic Party's ever gone through, Joy.
I agree.
And we're going to see if the politicians understand how much the base has moved.
Mhm.
Because what's happened is the base moved first, And now the people that are in the Beltway are starting to catch up. And so I think it's good. I think it's healthy. They got to go on podcasts. They got to answer all the questions. They got to go through the ringer. They're going to make each other tougher. They're going to make each other better candidates. I'm a huge fan of Jasmine's. I mean, you just can't help listen to her and just start grinning from ear to ear. She was on the podcast way back when we were just baby podcasters. And I always love her for that. And I remember she spoke so fiercely about Kamala and how Kamala had invited her to the vice president residence because she was new, and kind of spoke to her person to person, black woman to black woman, about what all she would have to navigate. And it was just a really personal story to know that there was that kind of sisterhood and kind of protector. It was a really great story. And I'm a huge fan of hers. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. That's where I was born, raised in Oklahoma City though. So I have a fondness for Texas. And, you know, there's a lot of blue pockets all over Texas.
That's right. There's a lot of blue pockets, but there's such an underdevelopment of the Democratic Party in that state. And I went back and I just pulled the numbers on how close the Beto Ted Cruz election was and how close the Allred election was. Like, these were not like blowouts. And so Texas is one of those states that is like one good organizing effort away from being winnable for Democrats. But Democrats think the South is unwinnable. So they just back off and they don't invest.
Joy, this is my new thing. The Democrats abandoning a 50-state strategy has effed us so hard, because you abandon states like Oklahoma, you abandon states like Texas, you leave them there and they get more incubated and they get more radicalized when you don't have a opposition party in these states. And maybe they don't win. Maybe the Republicans win by just a little bit, but each race, each time, it gets more purple and it gets more purple. And if you look at all of these red states, the Democrats have a huge argument they can make. And whether it's Jasmine or Tallarico, they need to go and very clearly tell all of these people in rural Texas and suburban Texas, the Republican Party has been lying to you for years. Do you remember when Donald Trump said the Democratic Party takes the black vote for granted?
I do.
There was some truth to that. There was some truth to that. And likewise, the Democratic Party needs to go to all these white rural voters and say the Republican Party has been taking your vote for granted for years. They've lied to you. Nothing ever trickled down. You've got a criminal in the White House that tells you he's pro-crime. And they also need to address, and Tallarico does this pretty well because people are pretty religious in the South, they need to address the weaponization of their faith in the voting booth. The Democrats just ignore all of that. And the Republicans do all of these things and say all of this shit. And then the Democrats don't respond because we operate under the assumption politics. We assume nobody's ever going to vote for Ted Cruz. Well, guess what? They do. And that is an indictment on the Democratic Party that we can't beat Ted Cruz. That says
even
more
everyone
about the
hates
Democrats.
in Texas. They hate him in Texas and they vote for him anyway.
And he wins. And that says more about the Democrats than it does about Ted, in my opinion.
I agree. I 100% agree. And I think, so you and I are on the same page that there has to be a reinvestment. Gary Chambers Jr. talks about this all the time. There has to be a reinvestment in the South because that's where the votes are. Democrats are pretty good at winning in New England, right? They figure that out. They can win in the North South, like Virginia. But when it gets to the southern states, they forget that they used to have statewide elected candidates in Arkansas. It's where Bill Clinton came from, but also there were senators from Arkansas Democrats in 2014. Like, it's not that long ago.
We had a Democratic governor in 2011 in the state of Oklahoma. Education, we were ranked 17th, Joy, 17th in the country, top 20 state in education. You know what Oklahoma is now? 50th.
Yeah.
50th. That's what Republican lying supermajorities give you, MAGA. They take your vote for granted. They weaponize your faith against you, and they take what was a top 20 ranking. They take you all the way down to the bottom, and they serve up someone for you to hate as a conduit to blame, instead of blaming these parasitic country club Republicans that lie to you in the name of Jesus. And it is the most
Amen.
diabolical shit that they do in the South. And the Democrats need to go guns blazing down there.
That's it.
And I don't want MAGA to hear this thing I'm talking about violence. I'm not talking about literal
No.
guns. This is metaphorical, you moron.
Metaphor.
But they need to go through and just barnstorm the South with a message and calling out every single one of these religious hypocrites, because that's what they are. All of these politicians lie to them and tell them they're so godly, and it is so diabolical.
Amen. Amen. And they've got to start learning to speak the language of faith. Talk to religious people. Don't run from it. Whether they're religious or not, you've got to be able to speak to these people. There's no one you can't talk to about being broke. Everybody understands they don't have any money. This is a universal language, brokenness. And you need to figure out how to speak it and sound normal.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It can be done. I love you, Jennifer. I cannot wait to kiki with you and Pumps again. Like literally next time we need cocktails, girl, but it was so much fun. And I just adore you. You're so great.
Adore you. And I have to tell all of your subscribers and listeners, as much as you think Joy is going to be in person, she's even better. She over delivers. I mean, exceeds all expectations, listeners. She's every bit as fun and a firecracker and smart and fabulous and just megawatt energy. And so, Joy, you are a bright, shining light in this ecosystem that we're building. And I wish you the happiest of birthdays. And I'm so happy to collab with you all the time.
I cannot wait to have your studio in New York. Listen, I'll just be in the corner. Don't mind me. I'll just be over there just like kikiing with y'all. I cannot wait to be able to see you in person all the time, Jennifer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joy.
Love you, girl. Thank you.
Love
thank
you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, this has been like a fun show, y'all. Oh no, and the chat is loving Jennifer. She is awesome. Let's go ahead and talk about another sponsor, because again, independent media exists because of the sponsors who step forward and support the work that we do. And the thing that I love about the sponsors that we've been able to attract on the Joy Reid Show is they're sponsors who are doing things that we actually believe in, that we actually care about. And we were just talking with Jennifer about the need to communicate with these faith-based voters. But that doesn't mean that we're out there selling religion, because the problem that we're seeing in this country now is religion intruding into our secular lives. We need a respect for religion, but a separation of religion from our politics. So the Freedom from Religion Foundation is at the forefront of doing exactly that. And we are very proud that the Joy Reid Show is brought to you by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. I just have to read something for you. This year, we have found out in no uncertain terms that we are in a battle for our democracy. And Bill of Rights Day is coming up. Bill of Rights Day, I'm making sure I get it right. It is December 15th. So think about this. When Bill of Rights Day happens on December 15th, what's the first right that's enumerated in the Bill of Rights? It's the freedom from religious persecution by the state. It's your freedom to speak and to have the faith of your choice or no faith at all. The Freedom from Religion Foundation is fighting for exactly that every day. They're out here in these streets, fighting in the courts, fighting in the schools, backing up people who want to live their lives without the intrusion of government imposing a faith that's not theirs upon them, whether it's at school or whether it's at work or whether it's in public policy. So if you want to support the Freedom from Religion Foundation, ffrf.us/shop will allow you to buy really cute Freedom from Religion merch. Secular merch is hot for these holidays because y'all know y'all be all into Santa, and you know that you don't make this into just a religious holiday. So for these holidays, if you want to buy some merch, you can actually get a really great discount. So if you visit ffrf.us/shop or text Joy, Joy, my name, to 511-511 by tomorrow, the birthday of this show, December 9th, you can claim 20% off whatever merch you want to purchase, 20% off. So you have until tomorrow. So go to ffrf.us/shop or just text Joy to 511-511 by tomorrow to get your 20% off, because protecting the Constitution is not seasonal. It is essential, and message and data rates may apply. Okay. We have got to talk about, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Okay. We got to go and talk about this Netflix deal. Okay. The Netflix deal that started out being Netflix proposing to pay $72 million to purchase Warner Brothers. It has now morphed into a literal bidding war. So if I could just explain it sort of in layman's terms. So Netflix stepped up with their offer because Warner Brothers was actually trying to fend off Paramount CBS. So the Ellisons, David Ellison and his father, they expressed an aggressive interest in buying Warner Brothers. They want their studio assets. They want to add that to the Paramount pantheon, because I guess that would allow them to have content that they could distribute that they could match with the Paramount content. But Warner does not want to be acquired by the Skydance monster. They don't want to be in the same company as what CBS is turning into. So they said no. But because Paramount was being so aggressive, they wound up accepting offers. And Netflix came in with a $72 billion offer. So you would think that would be the end of it. Netflix won the bidding war. The president of Netflix actually went to Donald Trump because, of course, again, I mean, I don't know if he brought him a gold statue and a fake medal, but he probably needed to do something like that because that's what you need to do with Trump, right? You have to like dazzle him with like shiny gold keys or some sort of, tacky gold ornaments. I don't know what he gave him. I don't know what he did, but he went and talked to him and he talked him into it. So, because of course, Trump has to approve these deals personally because we live in a monarchy now. So Netflix wins the bidding war, but Skydance is not done. Skydance is now coming back with a hostile offer. They're coming in and they're saying, we have a superior cash offer. They've gone to the shareholders of Warner Brothers and said, no, you need to take our offer because our offer is better. We have more money and you need to take our offer and you need to walk away from that other deal. But the thing about this deal that Paramount CBS is trying to put in place, it is backed by some of the worst of the worst. Jared Kushner is a part of the deal. Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. They're saying that they will put $18 billion additional in cash to get Warner Brothers Discovery. They said it would go directly to the shareholders. And they're trying to say their ownership would be better for the entertainment industry than Netflix. Now, the people who oppose the Netflix deal oppose it because back in the old Hollywood days, these Hollywood studios like Warner Brothers used to own contracts with the actors. So they had a contract with like Marilyn Monroe. And then when the film would come out, they actually also owned the movie theaters. So they owned the production and the distribution. And when that situation was broken up, it was a monopoly. You then saw companies like AMC spin off so that there would be separate distribution from production. Well, that world has ended and collapsed because a company like Netflix finances the production of projects. They sometimes make original projects that they pay for, and then they are the distribution. So Netflix, which used to be a box you used to go and like rent movies from and then drop the movie back off, they've grown into this gargantuan behemoth that actually is the producer and the distributor all in one. So a lot of people in Hollywood are against them winning this war. But on the other side is the Skydance monster, the one that is destroying CBS. They want it for whatever reasons the Ellisons want it. But if they were to get it, think about a monstrous corporation that the Ellisons, father and son, would own Paramount, CBS, and potentially TikTok, and Warner, and Discovery Channel, and CNN. Now, the Netflix deal, they're carving CNN and Discovery out of it. So Netflix would not acquire CNN. CNN would go into a separate company the same way that Ms. Now, MSNBC, before it was Ms. Now, it was spun off into something called SpinCo. And SpinCo had like USA Networks, I think it had Sci-Fi Network and MSNBC and CNBC in a separate company, and they carved it out away from NBC. This is a similar deal. They would spin CNN and Discovery off into its own little mini company. And then somebody could theoretically acquire that, which terrifies me, like which billionaire is going to buy that? We're talking about just insane consolidation. But Donald Trump is personally involved because Brendan Carr, the head of the FCC, is just an obedient Trump lackey. And Trump thinks that he gets to decide who owns what media. It's like he's Silvio Berlusconi. It's like he's, Viktor Orban, or he's Vladimir Putin, and he gets to decide who owns what media companies. It's a really frightening world that we're entering into. But these like sovereign wealth funds from the Middle East that are all fooled up with Jared Kushner, they are part of this deal to try to acquire Warner Brothers. And so despite how kind of frightening it is for Netflix to become this behemoth that owns the production and the distribution, I'm rooting for Netflix. I'm rooting for Netflix wholeheartedly if it's against Skydance. If Skydance loses, I feel like the good guys win, even if they're not like super good. So now enter CBS's premiere show, 60 Minutes. In the midst of all of this, because 60 Minutes is now Barry Weissville, all they're doing is putting on right-wingers. They put on Trump and then heavily edited his interview to the point where Congressman Jamie Raskin and some other Democrats are investigating CBS 60 Minutes for the way that they chunked up that interview with Trump to make him look better. So there's some sketchy things going on in Barry Weissville. But of course they interviewed Marjorie Taylor Greene now because they're bringing you all the right wingers. And she's now the like supposed heroic, person that's been excommunicated from MAGA. And she does this interview, and let's play you just one clip of what she said.
In the scenes, do they talk differently?
Yes.
How?
Oh, it would shock people.
Well, let's shock people.
Okay. I watched many of my colleagues go from making fun of him, making fun of how he talks, making fun of me constantly for supporting him, to when he won the primary in 2024, they all started, excuse my language, Leslie, kissing his ass and decided to put on a MAGA hat for the first time.
Okay. So that interview, and that's just a part of it. She also talked about getting 700 plus death threats and Donald Trump refusing to like give her security and stuff like that, or pulling her security or something to that nature. She had a lot to say. She's Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's trying to up her profile and sort of make herself look like a martyr. Trump is pissed. He's so angry that she was allowed to have a platform on what he now, I think, believes is his network. They paid him $16 million in bribes. They are now obedient. They're trying to make the news on their network less hostile to Trump in their view. They want it to be more Trump friendly, but he's pissed. So on his little Truth Social, he had a complete meltdown. He had a complete meltdown, calling Marjorie Taylor Greene Marjorie Trader Brown. That's his new name for her. And screaming that Leslie Stahl, who still owes me an apology from when she attacked me on the show with serious conviction. Then he goes on about Hunter Biden's laptop, and he continues to sundown on his social media. But bottom line, I'm not going to read you his whole silly post. But the thing that's hilarious about it is that CBS Paramount might have zigged when they should have zagged. By putting Marjorie Taylor Greene on, that might prompt Trump to weigh in on Netflix's side. He may now, despite Jared Kushner, with his $2 billion from the Saudis and all his Saudi friends, it might be that they wind up their hostile takeover gets thrown off the rails because Trump is pissed off that they let Marjorie Taylor Greene be on the show. Oh, wait, hold a second. Oh, damn.
Hey,
I just
Joy.
keep getting like run up on.
Joy, you were dropping knowledge, and I just want to quickly say it is so rare to be friends with your heroes. You and Jason are family to me. You guys have been so supportive. I'm so excited about our collaborations in the future, but I've had a tough year, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to come on and say, first of all, happy birthday, Queen.
Thank you,
We love
friend.
you. You are a
Thank you.
hero.
Love
You are a
you.
friend. And keep dropping that knowledge. You got me going on that Netflix thing. I forgot I
That
was on
Netflix
hold.
thing. Root for Netflix. Look, if you all don't know, Gerald Harkness is the director and producer of When Everyone Swims, which is just such an incredible documentary. It is so timely because the amount of drownings in this country are just shocking. And it goes in everything from the civil rights history of access to the pool for Black people to, Olympians who have made history. It's so good. And Jason and I, we swooped in as like co-executive producers, really just because we love the film and we love Gerald. So thank you so much, Gerald. I
Yeah.
appreciate
So
you.
again, happy birthday to you. And I want to get off so I can hear more of the show. And plus, I'm a behind the scene guys anyway. So
Love it. I
anyway,
love
but
it. I love it.
we love you, Joy, and thank you for all
Thank
your love and
you.
support this year. It means the
Love you.
world to
Thank
me.
you, Gerald. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Take care.
Okay, look, I had no idea who was going to be coming in, and this is amazing. There's so many friends and family who are just dropping in, and it's just so beautiful, y'all. This has been such a fun birthday. It has been such an amazing birthday, and I appreciate everyone in the chat as well. And I love how you are loving on all of the people that are on the show. Am I shiny? Let me get my shine. I'm a little shiny here. A little shiny. I feel a little shiny. A little shiny. It's the it's the menopause. So yes, people are excited about Jasmine Crockett running. And can I just really quick, Jason, if you don't mind, can we go back really quickly? If you can pull up B3 and B4, if those are available real quick, because I really guys need people to understand what Jennifer Welch was saying is so important, because I think what we do is we assume that the South is unwinnable. And we assume that when Republicans win these races, they're winning them in blowouts. So B3 that Jason just put up, this is the results when Beto O'Rourke ran against Ted Cruz in 2018. Look at the margins there. Now, this is a 2-point race, less than 2 points. Ted Cruz got 4,260,553 votes for 50.9%. He barely got over 50%. If you look at the map to the right from me on the screen, the blue parts that you see there, there's El Paso. If you go down the bottom, you look at Houston and you look at Dallas. Even though the red is more of the map, that is very rural. The blue parts are where the big cities are. Harris County, which is where Houston is, that's 700,000 votes that Beto got there. And he beat Ted Cruz in Harris County. He also won in Dallas County. But the way that Texas districts itself, it cuts it up into equal number districts where you've got more overrepresentation, basically, for small rural districts that are more cows than people, or more, corn than people. He barely beat him. That's less than 2 million votes. All right, 4.2 to 4.0. So now let's go to the race that Colin Allred ran the first time. And this is B4. So Colin Allred, now we fast forward to 2024. And he runs against, he runs as well. And this time it's a presidential year. So more people vote. But look how close it is. Ted Cruz this time wins by more. He gets 53.1% and 5.99 million votes. But Colin Allred gets 5 million votes. So he was 9 million votes away. But what do we learn here? Colin Allred is to the right of Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke, who was the more liberal of the two candidates, came closer to beating Ted Cruz than Colin Allred. Despite Colin Allred being African American, Colin Allred did not ignite the 4 million African American voters and didn't convert enough young Latino voters who are available to Democrats, but who are also being heavily courted by Republicans to come out and vote. So if you talk to the Castro brothers, Julian Castro and Joaquin Castro, what they will tell you, or what Maria Teresa Kumar will tell you, is that Texas is a purple state in waiting. It's not a state where Republicans blow Democrats out. It's an undeveloped state. They haven't done the work that Stacey Abrams and activists like Latasha Brown and Cliff Albright have done in Georgia to develop the state. They've allowed it to fall into undevelopment the way Florida has, where it falls into underdevelopment. And so you don't have a developed party that's churning out votes. And so as we have here, who is this saying this? Something 2-1. I can't read it. It's too close. Marosa 2-1. Jasmine says she's going to win by getting out non-voters. And yes, it's my birthday. The key to winning Texas is not converting Republicans, which I think Colin Allred tried to do. Because he's a football player and all that kind of stuff. No, the key is to get people who don't normally vote at all to vote. To get people who actually just don't vote and who don't pay attention. And that means young voters, Black voters who've been disaffected and don't vote, and young Latinos who generally just stay out of it. Which of the people that's running do you think can do that? Because Jasmine Crockett is very outside. She's very much on social media. She's very popular with young people and people who pay attention to social media. And she's just better known than Tallarico is. And I think the Democratic Party is going to lean toward Tallarico because they're thinking, well, we need a white guy that's a little bit more, conservative sounding. But I don't know that that's true. We'll see how the primary shakes out. Tallarico's a talented communicator. He's very good with social media as well, and he's young also. But it's going to be interesting. The person who wins that primary, and I think, again, they're both talented, but I think the person who wins the primary is going to be the one who excites the most people who don't normally vote. That's what Obama did too the first time. You got to get non-voters off the couch, and we'll see which one does that. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on.
Happy birthday, Blondie. Boo, boo, boo. Happy birthday.
Oh, my
Happy
God.
birthday. I bet I can get him off the couch. I bet we can get him off the couch. Yay.
Lunel.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, my sister.
We are in a hair story. We are having a hair story. Lunel. Oh, my God. Okay.
What's up,
expecting...
Happy birthday to you. I hope you've enjoyed your surprises today.
The surprises are never ending, and you are absolutely a surprise. I was not expecting. So good to see you, Lunel.
You never know what I'm up to. I can't wait until we get our interview. I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
I want to tell you that you were doing, you're amazing. I admire you. I haven't been this excited about a sister in a long time. You're giving me Angela Davis vibes. And I just want to say that, keep fighting the good fight. We're out here listening. We're out here trying. And you're right. We got to get the people who don't vote to vote. Okay.
Yes. Amen.
But aside from all that, you outside tonight? What you doing for your birthday, girl?
As soon as we have a little post-show stuff we have to do once the show posts. I got to make sure the Substack is updated. But then we going out. We gonna have dinner. I'm gonna have cocktails. We got to be outside, sis. We got to be outside.
We got to be outside to reach the people that's outside.
That's outside. But you know what?
That's
Can I
right.
just say something? I'm actually quite interested in that closet because I see some cute things behind that I might need to borrow.
I wanted to do it for my closet because you know how excited us women get about a closet.
I mean, it's
But we
everything, isn't
coming
it?
out the closet. We coming out the closet. We're gonna be outside. We're gonna be voting. We're gonna be active.
Yes.
We're not sitting
Yes.
down. We're not shutting up or anything like
No,
that.
at
So,
all.
you
At
know,
all.
people like us, we got to stay the course, but we also got to watch our back. So,
Amen. That's right. In these streets. In these
yes, when you go
streets.
to the bathroom, cover up your cocktail. You never know when a Diddy informant is floating around.
I'm saying. Okay, can I just tell you I'm shook by the doc? I watched it and I'm still shook. I'm shook.
What I'm shook about is the length that people will go to for fame. It's not even the money. It's the
Yes.
fame. Because with the
Yes.
fame, you can get the restaurant reservation. With the
That's right.
fame, you can get the discount. It's not even the money. You don't need the money if you have the fame. And
That's
this is
it.
such a thirsty society. And they're not even fame worthy. You know, I grew up in the era where I know what a star looks like. They look
Yes.
like and they act like Diane Carroll, Elizabeth
Yes.
Taylor. That's what
Yes.
they saw. And we didn't need to know all their personal business.
That part. That part.
Okay. But
That
people
part.
want you all up in their business now
Yeah.
because they're thirsty, and it's just a sad shame. And it's not setting example for people who want to be in the industry. The
That's
industry's
right.
gone to trash. And if we talk about that more when we talk, you know, we'll go
Yeah.
there. But
Oh no, for sure.
the doc is amazing. And the reason that 50 got the footage he got is because our boy the diddler don't like to pay
They don't want
nobody.
to pay nobody. If you look, pro tip for all of the wannabe filmmakers or producers out there, when you hire a videographer, and this is from somebody who co-owns a production company, if they shoot that footage and you don't pay them, that footage belongs to the production company.
To the
And that's
highest
where the
bidder.
highest bidder. And they decided if if the diddler don't want to pay,
Well,
we'll sell it
somebody
for
did,
50.
and his name
Somebody
is
paid.
Curtis. His name is
Curtis.
Curtis.
They decided to buy
And
it, and it was
I
example.
like Curtis. He's been a comedy fan for years. I got a chance to do an episode of Ghost Book 2 on
Mhm.
Power, and you know, he petty, and I like it because somebody's got to tell the truth about this. We done fooled around and elected a president of the same ilk. Are you kidding me?
Listen. I used to call Trump the puffy of politics, and I feel like that was accurate.
And is, and you didn't bite your tongue, and I don't bite mine. So
Amen.
we can get into all that, but in the meantime, girl,
Yes.
it's your day, Sagittarius.
Yes, it's sad season.
Yes, clearly it is. So this is your day. You've
Thank
done
you,
the work.
Jamel.
You deserve to celebrate yourself because that's what we have to do. We have to celebrate ourselves.
Amen. Amen.
And as Black women, we got to stand up. People want to say we're difficult. Want to say we're loud. They want to say we're, you know, this and that. No, we're just not for the BS. That's what we're not
Not
for.
not
And
here
if you
for it.
can't take it, if you're intimidated, then you're just a squirrel. And too bad for you.
Too bad for you. Go get a nut.
Right, because I'll die alone before I dim my shine for anybody. And that goes for you.
Amen.
Hmm.
Amen.
So
Lunel,
happy
thank you. Love
birthday,
you.
happy birthday.
Yes.
Yes. And I
Thank
can't wait for
you.
our interview. Boop,
I
boop, boop.
cannot wait. Yes. So stay
Okay.
tuned, y'all. Stay tuned.
Have
Stay tuned.
have a beautiful day outside. What is your beverage of choice tonight? Is it a Cosmo? Is it a Cosmos are very good. Is it a
They are.
lemon drop? Are we
No,
doing
ma'am.
champagne? What are we doing?
We're doing security, and it is a drink I invented, and it is champagne based because, of course. And
Who
then you
don't
add a
like a
little
little bubbly?
cognac, but a good cognac. You add some Saint Germain. You add a little grenadine and a maraschino cherry. Boop.
You lost me at the cherry because I don't trust cherries that stems are red as well. They're trying to kill us with that red dye.
You know what?
I don't
I'm gonna
trust.
rethink.
I don't trust maraschino cherries.
That's a good
Ask them
point.
if they have what's some other cherry. Ask them if they have another kind of cherry.
The
Or
natural.
yeah,
Natural cherry. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Because believe me,
That's it.
that's the only cherry that I ain't had, I ain't gonna go there, but that's the only cherry been around me in 50 years.
And scene.
And
Bitches.
see, happy birthday to you, my love.
Thank you, love. Thank you, Linnell. I
God
love it.
bless.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
now I'm gonna go back under. Now I'm gonna go back in disguise. Nobody will know this is me, right? Bye, Joanne.
Where's Linnell?
She went that away.
She went Bye. Oh my God. This has been so much fun. Y'all, this is like the best birthday ever. This is so much fun. Okay, so let's go on and talk a little bit more news. Just like we gotta still keep y'all informed on this birthday. So I had to come back to this situation with bombing boats in the Caribbean. CNN did a piece in which they pointed out that the core story that the Trump regime has told, that these ships were on their way to the United States carrying deadly drugs and they had to stop, they had to bomb them to stop them from bringing the drugs to the US, is a lie. Here's CNN.
Breaking news, waving their arms. Sources telling CNN the admiral who formally called for the second strike on the alleged drug boat in the Caribbean told lawmakers that the survivors were waving at something in the air before the second strike, although they say it is unclear whether they were surrendering or asking a U.S. aircraft for help. We are also learning that Admiral Bradley told lawmakers that the boat was going to meet a larger vessel heading to Suriname. Suriname's a small South American country east of Venezuela. And that may matter because U.S. drug enforcement officials tell us that drug trafficking routes via Suriname are primarily destined for European markets, not the United States. Of course, President Trump has explicitly said that this boat was an imminent threat heading to the United States, saying, quote, the strike occurred while the terrorists were heading to the United States.
Mm-hmm. Let's put another map up. Jason, can we put that next map up? Because what she said is important about, and I love maps. And by the way, in Negro, with $9.99 in the till, thank you for the compliment. Thank you for the birthday blessings. We appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And people saying, Auntie Lou, yeah, we do love Lunel. But I need to let y'all study this map for a moment. Venezuela is right there in the center of your screen. Okay. I wish I could put a little point around so you could see it, but it's right next to Guyana, which is my mama's country. The United States, if you're looking directly at the map, is up and to the left. Suriname is to the right and south. If you're telling me that the admiral who was in charge, the SEAL Team 6 veteran who was in charge of this operation, Bradley, and who called for the second strike, testified under oath that the men who were on the ship on September 2nd, after a Hellfire missile was shot at this boat, and then about 45 minutes later, the two men are hanging on to the boat. Not only are they not armed, not only do they not have radios that anyone can tell, they don't know what they have in their hands, but they're also potentially, even if they are signaling to a ship that's the other direction from the United States, going in the opposite direction from the United States. And that even if they had drugs, they weren't destined for the United States. And on top of that, I will remind you again that Rand Paul said that the kind of drugs they claim they're trying to stop aren't made or sold out of Venezuela. So the whole thing is made up. And even if they did have drugs on the boat, there's nothing in international law or US law that says that you can bomb a ship simply because you think there are drugs on it. We're not at war with boats. We're not at war with Venezuela. Congress has not passed any authorization to declare war on these boats. What happened is very likely a war crime. because we cannot, as the United States, simply say someone is a terrorist, not even identifying them, and then declare we're in a war on terror, so we're going to kill them. We're just going to say you're a terrorist. We have no evidence. We provide no evidence. And look, I didn't love it when the Obama administration was dropping, drone bombs on people. But in the case even of an Anwar al-Awlaki, they identified an individual. They presented a case to say this person is involved in terrorist activity. And I would say, unfortunately, but legally, they used the congressionally approved blanket authorization to fight the war on terror to drop those drones. I don't love it. I don't like it as a strategy. I don't like it as a policy. But at least it was following the law. When did Congress declare war on boats with drugs in them? And when did boats with drugs in them become part of the war on terror? I don't remember that happening. And I think I follow the news pretty closely. You can't just say that some unknown, unidentified people who you don't even name. I think we showed you the scroll the other day, we did on Friday, where we scrolled through and we showed you all the people, 87 who've been killed. Notice all it said is 4 people killed, 8 people killed. You don't have a single name. There's no Anwar al-Awlaki type name. They're not even telling you who was on the boat. And even if they did, they've not designated any of these people to be subject to the congressional passage of this blanket war on terrorism. You can't just say that putting drugs in a boat is terrorism, and therefore anybody we think has drugs in a boat is a terrorist. That's not how the law works. That's not how international law works. It's not how American law works. Thanking Deborah Ranash, I believe, for the 1999 in that super sticker. Thank you. Here's a comment on screen. The disgusting, vile, amoral, evil, corrupt, convicted of felon, sexual assaulter, sexual abuser, just to be clear, wants to steal Venezuela's oil. The felon is always pardoning major drug dealers, so it's not about drugs. Exactly. The former president of Honduras, he lets him walk. And this guy was literally a drug dealer with his brother out of the ministerial offices of Honduras's government. And that was literally poisoning America. So they don't care about drugs. And, Senator Schmidt, the same guy who made a very white nationalist adjacent argument about who owns America, that guy who's suddenly all over TV. And no one ever asks him about that racist speech he gave, by the way. They never say anything about it. They just let him talk. And he keeps trying to say, well, the Democrats are wrong because they just opposed the first strike, not just, yeah, they do, because it's illegal. You can't declare a war on terror, as our commenter is saying here. How do they declare war against terror in international waters? Exactly. You can't. You can't just say we're fighting a global war on terror and anything we say is terrorism is terrorism. If we say drug dealing is terrorism, it's terrorism. And don't just take it from me. Listen to this gentleman in 2016 talk about war crimes. D3.
And kill the families. Go ahead and torture. Go ahead and go further than waterboarding. What happens when people follow those orders or don't follow them? It's not clear that Donald Trump will have their back. Donald Trump is oftentimes about Donald Trump. And so if you're not changing the law and you're just saying it, you create even more ambiguity.
Well, even if he had their back, they'd be in trouble. I mean, you tell me. I had a dad stop me in an airport this morning.
Believe it or not, that was Pete Hegseth on Megyn Kelly's show back at Fox in 2016, talking about Donald Trump, who he also called a paper tiger, sort of mocked him for being a draft dodger. Even, he was in the National Guard. Trump was in nothing. And he used to say Donald Trump would not have soldiers' backs if he prompted them to commit wartime. That was in 2016. Let's take it even further. Let's play Pete Hegseth again, this time in his capacity as a weekend host at Fox.
There have to be consequences for abject war crimes. If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief. There's a standard, there's an ethos, there's a belief that we are above what so many things that our enemies or others would do.
Military leaders saying you could not possibly kill the families of would-be terrorists, and they would not follow the order. And his answer, Donald Trump's answer on what if the generals won't listen to you when you say take out the families? Oh, they'll listen. That's really not the answer.
No, I got some response from vets on that saying you're not just going to follow that order if it's unlawful.
Right.
The military's not even going to follow his orders.
Military's not going to follow illegal orders. And so the Trump campaign was forced to change their position and say, we're going to try to change the law so that the military can operate within the law. That's a tall order. Here's the problem with Trump. He says, go ahead and kill the families. Go ahead and torture. Go ahead and go further than waterboarding. What happens when people follow those orders or don't follow them? It's not clear that Donald Trump will have their back. Donald Trump is oftentimes about Donald Trump. And so if you're not changing the law and you're just saying it, you create even more ambiguity.
Well, even if he had their back, they'd be in trouble. I mean, you tell me.
So Pete Hegseth, in multiple appearances on Fox when he was a weekend host, and I'm not sure whether this was one of his sober days or where this sort of cross-tabbed with the woman accusing him of sexual assault and him paying her a bunch of money, claiming he did nothing wrong, of course. But at least back then, he was clear about the laws of war. He was very clear. And as someone said here, there is no war on drugs. This is what Orion Noir is saying. The war on drugs is a metaphorical thing. It isn't an actual war. The war on drugs is not an actual war. It doesn't mean because you're fighting a so-called war on drugs that means you get to kill anyone you think has drugs. That's not how that works at all. And yeah, they want the oil. I think that's pretty clear. I think that's pretty clear that the purpose of this is an Iraq war style oil grab. And unfortunately, despite the fact that Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz disagreed with me on it, the woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize, the thing Trump couldn't win, she won it. She's the opposition leader in Venezuela, is already Ahmad Chalabiing herself and pre-selling the war that belongs to Venezuela, the largest cache of oil on earth, the largest undeveloped oil reserves on the planet. She's already saying, come and get them. Just make me president. It's giving Ahmad Chalabi. And Donald Trump promised his oil company friends they could drill in Alaska. He's already signing those leases. They can drill off California. They want to drill off Florida. It's all about profit. And where could there be bigger profits than bringing Venezuela's underdeveloped oil supply up to speed? And you're making a case that you have to do that. And you have to start with the narco terrorists on the waters because they are headed to, oh no, wait, Suriname. Can we put up D5? Because I just need y'all to understand. It's a map thing that I just need you all to see. How far is Paramaribo, Suriname from Miami? That would be the closest point other than the Florida Keys to where a boat theoretically bringing drugs to the United States, if you even gave them that boats bringing drugs to the United States is some sort of a war, it's 2,154.4 air miles, 2,000 miles away. And that's if you fly. It's 1,872 nautical miles away from Suriname, which is where this boat was headed, to the United States. So even if they had been rescued at sea, if they were headed to Suriname, they would be so far from the United States that it would take them hours to fly here, let alone come here in a little boat. Light Mocha is asking, don't we have our own oil reserves? Yes, we do. But the greed of people like Donald Trump and of big oil, it never ends. It's never enough. They want new, fresh oil reserves that they can control. And he would love to hand over Venezuela's oil to, Exxon and Mobil and all of his friends because they gave him $1 billion in campaign contributions. He's got to pay them back. That's what they want. And maybe he gets a piece too, because I'm sure he's getting a cut of everything going wrong. And he released the former president of Honduras. Wonder how much money was kicked back for that. This is all the activities of people who are so unendingly greedy, so unflinchingly avaricious, so needy of glory and money that they can never get enough. And Donald Trump is like the human embodiment of greed and need. He needs accolades that he didn't earn. So he gets corrupt organizations like FIFA to give him a fake medal. He wants to appear to be an important global figure. So he befriends dictators and autocrats because they're the only ones who are willing to give him a golden orb and golden swords and give him a crown. He'll befriend any leader who's willing to festoon him with gifts and glitter. It's embarrassing. All right, y'all, it's my birthday, so we need some moments of joy. I have two, actually. Now, on the subject of, let's start with immigration. This is a really great video that was posted by the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition. And what they did was they got together to make school kids feel safe. Take a look.
And we heard that ICE had shown up at a local school. They were denied access, but folks were asked to show up later when the kids were getting picked up. About 60 of us ended up gathering around the school. We spread out and just hung out. It was actually nice, chatting with so many engaged people. At one point, someone spotted ICE parked a few blocks away. A mom and her daughter walked by us and gave us the most heartfelt thank you. And when the last kids were safely picked up, we all just drifted off. Someone said, I guess they didn't need us today, but the truth is, they did. ICE looked at that school, saw a community standing up for those families, and decided that it wasn't worth it. Our presence may have changed the outcome. Simply by showing up, we kept the family from having a very different, very painful day. You want to show up too? I have some information in the caption.
That was beautiful. Like, that is how you do it. I love that they're doing that, that they're taking care of immigrants, especially in the very month when Christians are preparing to celebrate the birth of a Palestinian Jewish refugee. I love the fact that they're doing that. So if you want to support them, you can support them at the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition. You can follow them at PIRC_Oregon. And you can also follow Migra Whistle, MIGRA whistle.org, which has resources that you can use. You know how people like whistle when they see ICE coming? Migra Whistle is one of the organizations that's providing that and helping people organize. So I think that's really fantastic. My second moment of joy is a reunion. And this is the annual gala and awards where they actually have done this every year. They didn't just make this up for us. But the NCNW, they call it the Uncommon Height Awards. They do a gala every year. And this is the organization that was created by the great Mary McLeod Bethune and used to be run by the legendary Dr. Dorothy Height. And the awardees this year were Karen Finney, Tiffany Cross, Melissa Harris Perry, and yours truly. And this is just a little clip that Tiffany actually cut and posted on her social media that I actually posted on mine. Here it is. It's a moment of joy. Cruelty and attempt to erase us. Because you know what? They want to erase us, but we may be inside, but we outside.
Say that we are not at Ms. Now anymore, but it is our dream, our delight, our responsibility, and our pleasure to build our own independent media. And so when Joy moved to primetime and became the first Black woman to host forms of hatred, cruelty, and attempt to erase us, because you know what? They want to erase us, but we may be inside, but we outside like the children.
We outside. That was so much fun. Thank you so much to NCNW, Siobhan Arline Bradley, who is their current president, and my Sora, our wonderful Sora, a lot of Soras in the chat. That was so much fun. We had a really great time. Got to see a moment of Maxine. We're sitting with Maxine Waters, the legend. So thank you all for tuning in on my birthday. You guys are my best birthday present ever. We appreciate so much the support. We have soared past 370,400 subscribers just on YouTube. We are bucking up right under 200,000 subscribers on Substack. So we have built a big family, 500,000 friends wide and deep. Thank you for all the happy birthdays, all of my super chatters. Thank you so much to Sharice Lyons, who threw a cute $4.99 in the till. And we're trying to think of something fun that we're going to do for the team. We're still working on it. But yes, happy birthday to the Joy Reid Show. Thank you to every member of this team who has gotten us where we are. Of course, Jason, who you know, Adrienne, who you don't see, Niva, who is awesome and booking and doing incredible things, Ron, who is our booker and and also he's the one who we get jealous of his backgrounds because we never know where he is. He's somewhere fabulous all the time. Cam, who is doing all the great social media. Winnie and Miles, who are out there out here in those chats, making sure that people are not, being rude, being too rude to everyone. Angela, it's a small but mighty team. We appreciate all of you all. Who am I missing? Wanji. Oh my gosh, the Wanjira experience. How can I not say the Wanji experience? And you got to say Sean. Listen, Sean is we couldn't do anything without Sean. I couldn't do anything without Sean. We just love her so much. And we're going to celebrate her birthday actually next year. I can't wait till her birthday because we're going to be outside again because she's in that Memphis. So thank you all very much. We're kind of a team that's in different cities, but we work together and we're small but mighty. So happy 6-month birthday to the Joy Reid Show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to everybody in the chat, everyone who threw a little money in the till. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Love you. And we'll see you Wednesday. And don't forget to watch The Breakfast Club tomorrow. I'm on The Breakfast Club in the morning. So watch that. All right. See y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye.